pushing the pylon. Week 1 of NFL Sunday is finally here. On Thursday night and Friday night, we split our picks, winning Thursday night, losing Friday night. I got the winning recipe right here. Let's get some winning football picks in. We have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Louisiana to play the Saints. Cardinals are -5.5, and I'm going to take the Cardinals for -5.5. I don't think the Cardinals are some powerhouse team, but I think the Saints, week 1, have a lot to figure out. I think the Cardinals catch them sleeping, win by at least 7 points. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Colts are -1.5, and I'm down on the Dolphins this year. And don't get me wrong, Daniel Jones on the Colts does not give me any sense of security at all with my picks, but I'm going to go Colts -1.5. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots. Patriots are -2.5, and the Raiders have a lot of young faces, a lot of interesting talent that I think is going to make them very entertaining to watch this season. However, give me the Patriots -2.5 at home. I think Drake May has a good game here. Brock Bowers on the other side of the ball can have a good game. Genty can have a good game in his debut, but I think the Pats win this one by at least 4 points. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to Duval to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are -3.5, and you already know I think the Jags roll week 1 here, look very impressive week 1, cover this 3.5 point spread, and I think Trevor Lawrence does very well in his season debut. Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to New Jersey to play the New York Jets. Steelers are -2.5 here. Aaron Rodgers going against his old team on the Steelers now. I'm going to go with the Jets, however. I think Justin Fields pulls this one out. I think he gets the upset off. I think the Steelers have a little bit of stuff to figure out before they really get scary this season or get into contending status. Give me the Jets with the week 1 upset. We have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Ohio to play the Cleveland Browns. Bengals are -5.5. Public's all over the Bengals here, and so am I. No Quinshon Judkins for the Browns. They have to rely on Jerome Ford for their backfield game, which I don't think is a bad option. I just think the Bengals are ready for this one. Jamar Chase has a huge game. Bengals by at least 7 points. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Georgia to play the Atlanta Falcons. Bucks are -1.5 here. Public's all over Atlanta. This is one of those games every year I normally take the opposite of what I'm feeling because it always goes against me. I'm going to stick with the Bucks here, however. I think the Bucks win by over a point here. 1.5, it's basically a pick 'em. I think Baker Mayfield takes his team, whether they're banged up or not, without Chris Godwin and without McMillan. I think the rookie Ibuka, I think Mike Evans, I think Bucky Irving show up for the Bucks. Bucks win this game by over 1.5 points. And finally, for the 1 o'clocks, we have the New York Giants traveling to D.C. to play the Washington Commanders. Commanders are -6.5 points here. And the public is actually on the Giants here, believe it or not, and so is pushing the pylon. I don't think the Giants win this game, don't get me wrong. They could, but I am taking it for the points. I think the points is too many here. I think Russell Wilson keeps it close, and I think the Giants keep this divisional game a little entertaining for week 1. The 4 o'clocks, we have the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Washington to play the Seattle Seahawks. 49ers are -1.5, and San Fran is one of the teams I am totally down on this year. I don't think they're the worst team in the league, but I could totally see them being last place in their division. I think their division is a little tougher than it looks. Maybe Seattle finishes below them, but here I'm taking the Seahawks to win this game in an upset. The public's with me, which I don't like, but I think Sam Darnold pulls one out of his hat and wins here week 1 against the Niners. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Colorado to play the Denver Broncos. Broncos are -8.5. I'm going to take all those points. I think Cam Ward has a lot of growing pains here in the league. I think the Broncos defense exposes him early, and I think they win by double digits. Broncos -8.5. Next, a huge NFC North matchup. We have the Detroit Lions traveling to Lambeau to play the Green Bay Packers. Packers are -1.5. The public is all over the Lions. And don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people are too high on the Packers this year. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they win this one here. Lions are still a good team, even without their coordinators. Don't get me wrong. I think the Packers show up here at home. I think they put on a show, and I think Jordan Love gets in those MVP discussions, at least until we get some snow on the ground here in New England. Jordan Love wins this game against the Lions. Next, we have the Houston Texans traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Rams are -3.5, and the Rams are one of the teams this year I think have a great season. They're my pick to win the NFC West. I think they win this game here against the Texans, and I think they cover the 3.5 point spread as well. Give me the Rams by at least 6, at least a touchdown to win that game. And finally, Sunday Night Football, we have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. Ravens are minus 1.5 on the road here. Very interesting spread. Very intriguing. I think it's begging you to take the Bills here. You're getting an underdog at home. Hard place to play like Buffalo. Reigning MVP Josh Allen. No. I think Lamar Jackson gets his revenge for the Bills knocking them out last year. I think Lamar gets his revenge for not getting his MVP that I believe he should have got last year. Give me the Ravens to cover the 1.5 points here. I think they win by at least a field goal in a very entertaining Sunday Night Football matchup. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, or anywhere else that you find Pushing the Pylon.